Hello everyone, my name is Jessica Sennett and I am the CEO and founder of A Mighty Mom. I'm from Toronto, Canada, and I'm here to lead you through approximately a 15-minute core and glute workout, effective and safe for all trimesters in pregnancy. So this is a prenatal workout, and the best news is you don't need any equipment, just your body. If you haven't been able to watch my first video, it's my 3 foundations of prenatal fitness. I strongly urge you to do that before you do any sort of prenatal strength training. I love lifting heavy and working out in pregnancy. I did it with my 2 sons, but you have to understand there are certain foundations of breathing and core mechanics and how to listen to your body and know when to modify, and just how, as your belly grows, how to support that growing belly. So if you haven't had a chance, go watch that video. I'm going to get into a little bit of it as we go through this video, but if you want a more in-depth description and a little bit more information, I highly suggest you do that now. Okay, I start all of my exercises, all of my workouts by activating these muscles of the core. So I want you guys to get comfortable. You can do this in a seated position, you can do this in a supine position, side lying, standing, however you're comfortable. I do suggest it's the position where you find the most movement in your belly. And when I say your core, I'm talking about your diaphragm, your transversus abdominis, your pelvic floor, and your deep back muscle. I want you to put your hands on your baby right now. You can relax your shoulders and start to take a few deep breaths. Inhale, everything's gonna relax. Your diaphragm is gonna move down. Your transversus abdominis is gonna expand out in all directions. We really want some movement across the entire belly, including the back. Your pelvic floor is going to relax. I want you to think about opening all the holes, a flower opening up down there. And then as you exhale, everything's going to kind of reverse, right? You're going to slightly lift and engage your pelvic floor. You're going to think about hugging your baby up and in towards your ribs, right? This is not sucking in, making your stomach as flat as possible. That ship has sailed for you guys. It's just about inhaling and relaxing and making those muscles go on an insertion, and then exhaling, hugging baby up and in towards your ribs. And as you do that, you might find there's lots of tension in the muscles, and you can actually create tension in the tissues, and this is what's going to give you support as we do all of our core strengthening and our glute work today. So a couple more breaths here. Go at your own pace. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Beautiful. All right, you guys, we're gonna go into our first, we actually have 2 circuits today. The first one we have is going to be in a tabletop position, only 2 exercises. And then our last one is gonna be in a supine position. We'll do some side planks and some bridge marching. It's gonna be fantastic, and you'll definitely feel it in your butt, I promise. So our first exercise today will be in a tabletop position. This is kind of like our warm-up. You're kind of getting in, looking like a table, right? So we have wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. And all we're gonna do is kind of warm up our spine. We're gonna inhale, arch the back. This is called cat and cow. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, hug baby up and in towards ribs. Just like we were doing in our breathing warm up, we're actually gonna kind of open up the spine, get some mobility there. And if you have, inhale, arch your back. If you have a bigger belly, or later on in your pregnancy, this might feel a little bit awkward. That's totally fine. Inhale, exhale. Very, very good. All right, now that the spine is all warmed up, we're just gonna press back into a child's pose, and then back up to tabletop. Chest back to child's pose, and into tabletop. Back to child's, we got 5 of these. And tabletop, and 5, and tabletop. Now we're gonna curl the toes under. We're gonna come into a down dog position, pressing the chest towards the thighs, pressing the heels down, tapping the knees back on the floor. I'm curling the toes back into child's pose. We got 5 of these. It's kind of, I call it my modified sun salutation. Boring a little bit from yoga today, but it's a great place. We can do all of our exercises today on the ground. Beautiful. And that'll be it. We'll be done our warm up, and then we're going in. We're gonna start with we have 1 more rep here. Beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna start with our first superset here. We're gonna do some tabletop knee lifts. And I'm actually gonna roll my shirt up, I know, tuck it into my bra here so you can actually see see. I know I'm not pregnant at the moment, but I want you guys to be able to see the movement of my belly as we do these things so you can understand how to breathe throughout this movement. We're gonna do some tabletop knee lifts. So in this position, you're gonna curl your toes under. We're gonna inhale, exhale. Yeah, you can see me there. Inhale, exhale, hug baby up and in towards ribs. Float the knees up for 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Again, inhale, exhale. Lift the knees up, 2, 1, and down. 3 more. Inhale, exhale, hug baby up and in towards ribs. Lift up. Good. Inhale, exhale, lift up. Last one. Inhale, exhale, lift up. Beautiful. If you need to shake it out, by all means do that. We're going into some donkey kicks. We have 10 donkey kicks on the right. So kicking up and tap it down. So as we're kicking here, I want you guys to use the muscles of your core, not to sink into the hips on this side, right? We have 10 reps here. We're kind of like stamping our foot on the back wall. Beautiful. And on our 10th rep, we're just gonna hold it out. This is 10 for me. I want you to keep the knee at hip height, and now we're gonna bend it straight. Yes. Do you feel this in your hammy and your glutes? Good. And this is a lot of work for your core as well, to stay stable and keep hips parallel. Beautiful. 8, 9, 10. Good. Come on down. Quick little child's pose. Shift the hips left and right, and then we're going again. Donkey kicks, left side. Beautiful. We're gonna go 2 rounds of the tabletop series. Keeping sure to breathe nice and low. Beautiful, guys. And then on the 10th rep, we're keeping the knee up, and you're gonna kick your butt. Now, I want you guys to look slightly past your nose. I'm looking up a little bit, so I can see myself, I can see you, kind of, you know. Good. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, we're gonna go back into our tabletop knee lifts. If you are not as far along in your pregnancy, first trimester, starting into your second, you can actually just hold a tabletop plank for 30 seconds, the same amount of time that we're gonna do 5 lifts. If you're later on in your pregnancy, the lifts will be just enough pressure on that belly. Again, if you are feeling any sort of pelvic pain, pressure, lower back pain, diastasis, or you physically cannot hug baby up and in towards ribs, do the knee lifts, okay? I'm gonna do the knee lifts here. Inhale, exhale, lift up. 3, 2, 1. Lift up, breathe. And I want you to think about, as you hug baby up and in towards ribs, your pelvic floor is gonna lift too. So think about your butthole. I'm sorry to say that, but it's all part of your pelvic floor. Good, last one. If you were holding it this whole time, good for you. Good, we're going back to our donkey kicks. And then you might be feeling a little tenderness in the wrist. That's cool. We are going to get off our wrists after this. And we're going into our final sequence. Beautiful, guys. Nice, breathing in, breathing out. That's 9. I'm gonna keep my leg up, kick my butt. 10, 9, good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, other side. 1. Oh, I did the wrong thing. That's okay, you probably knew that. Breathing in, breathing out. Nice. If you have to rest, you do. I'm actually working up a little bit of a sweat right now, you guys, especially if you're pairing this with another video or something else, by all means. You can make a nice little workout with, a 10-minute upper body, a 10-minute lower body, and a 10-minute core and glutes for sure. Nice little 30-minute workout. Breathing in, breathing out. This is for all trimesters, all exercise abilities. Good. Now, let's shake it out. Drive back into a child's pose. Breathe. Let baby head loose between the thighs. We're moving on. Good. All right, you guys are going to set yourself up. We are going to be doing a side plank today. Side planks are great. They're definitely safe in pregnancy. I love them for pregnancy because they target deep transversus abdominis, but they don't put a ton of pressure on the system like a forearm plank or a push-up position would, okay? But still, there are modifications within this exercise that you can do. If you are farther along in your pregnancy, you just might be on your knees, lifting up the hips, right? Or even if this is too much for you, you can actually stick your hips down and we can still get some nice core work and breathing here. Remember all the signs and symptoms. If you're feeling pressure, pain, a diastasis, you're seeing coning, the maximal pressure, your belly is kind of hanging and pulling you over, you can't physically kind of pull baby in up and into ribs anymore, then you keep your hips on the ground. For everybody else, we're up here. You're gonna inhale, reach up, exhale, tap the floor. 10 reps here. So for those of us who are not as far along in our pregnancy, I want you can either extend the leg up or you can actually do a side plank from your toes. Totally doable. I did side planks all the way up, maybe into second trimester. Beautiful. After 10 reaches, we're coming down. Everyone's gonna come down. We're gonna do some clam shells to work lateral glutes and the hip here. So I want you to have your toes down. We're gonna do 10 reps here. And I want to give you the option to, if you have a mini band, I'm going to grab one in a second, you can actually put it around your thighs and give yourself some extra resistance. Now, after 10 reps, here, that's 9, 10, we're going to continue and do 10 more reps, but I want you to do it with your toes up. Yes, good. Hello bum, hello glutes. And I love working positions with this knees in, this inverted position, because it helps open up the pelvic inlet, creates space in the pelvis, gets you ready for labor and delivery. Not a bad thing. Ooh, I'm squeezed. 3, 2, 1. Good. Now before you go to the other side, you're gonna roll to your side. Roll to your back. We're gonna be doing some bridge marching here. So I want you to bring your feet nice and close, heels and knees together. And I want you to tuck your tailbone and lift your hips up almost immediately. Hug baby up and in towards ribs. We're just gonna march here. 10 reps, each side 20 in total. So, the higher your hips are, the harder it is, obviously. So you can kind of hang out a little bit lower or really go for it. And if you definitely want to make it more challenging, I want you to kick all the way up. You see that? Beautiful. Let's say that's 20. After 20, you're gonna roll to the opposite side, okay? I'm not gonna do that, I'm just gonna swing around so I can face you guys, but you can roll to the opposite side. We're gonna do the whole side plank, clamshell sequence again. So I'm gonna go from my knees here. Reach up, inhale, reach up, exhale. And I want you also to feel most movement in your belly. If that helps you to put your hands on your belly and you're just here for 30 seconds, that's a great modification as well. Sometimes having your hand on your belly is helpful, tactile cue, for you to feel the movement, especially if you're learning the breathing. Good. Nice, and that's 10. Now we're gonna do our clamshell sequence on the other side. So toes down to start. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. And that's it, guys. We're gonna go one more round of everything, and then we're done. That'll be enough, I'm telling you. 8, 9, 10. Toes up, 10 more. So I'm putting my hand down to support myself here. I can actually put it on my hip. 6, 7, you can be at my pace, 8, or you can be at your own pace, you know what to do. Before you roll back and go again, you're going to your bridge marching. Lying down, tucking the tailbone, lifting the hips up. 1, 2, 3. I love this sequence, it flows so well. I teach a prenatal strength class, a virtual one, and I love this sequence to end with. And now you guys know why. Beautiful. Let's call that 19, 20. Okay, normally I roll to the other side, but I'm just gonna swing around. We have one more round for our side plank clamshell, and then 2 more for the bridges. Let's do this. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like with my feet stacked. So, you can also just hold for 30 seconds, breathing in, breathing out, your choice. You're doing so good here. We're almost done. Couple more minutes to go. We'll do a quick stretch, a quick breath, and then we're out. Good, 10. Clamshells. You're doing so good, you guys. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I want you guys not to forget about your upper body too. Even though we're working this elevated clamshell, I don't want you to be kind of like scrunched up all in your neck, right? Good. Oh, I lost count. 8, 9, 10. Cute, beautiful. Bridge marching. Let's go. 1, 2, breathe. Hug baby in towards ribs. 4. If you don't want to breathe on every rep, now's a good time to do that breathing. I call it breathing through the change. So you just want to breathe when your body wants to, as long as it's nice and low, right? Again, I go all through that in my foundational video. Good. Nice. Okay, I'm going to roll to my other side, but I'm going to swing around. Last set, best set of my side plank series. I'm going to go for my knees. Oh, I forgot to go. I thought I was just holding it. Good. Also, when you're setting up in your side plank, you want your elbow underneath your shoulder, bone on top of bone. That's your strongest position. If you come at a different angle, like here, this puts a lot of pressure, diagonal pressure right into the shoulder. Not a bad thing. It's just working the shoulder more than we want to right now. Good. All right, clamshells. Let's do this. Who's feeling it in their butt? Me. Okay. We're almost there. Nice. Good. 9, 10. Toes elevated. Let's go. We got this. We got this. We have one more round of bridge marching, and then we are done for the day. You might not be done, but I'm done. 9, 10. Good. All right, we have bridge marching. Here we go. Tuck the tailbone, feet together. Last set, best set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 9. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Lower the hips down. I want you to separate your feet, windshield wiper the legs a little bit. Beautiful. While we're on our back, I'm going to lead you through one of my favorite stretches for pregnancy. It's called my Prego Twist. You're going to hook the right foot over the left knee, heel toe the left foot out to the side. That's wider than the hip. Use the weight of your foot. Sorry, I lost the words there. To pull this down. If you don't touch the ground, that's okay. I know they say no heavy twisting or no, big twists in pregnancy. This is just enough. So we kind of bring out the spine. We actually have a nice stretch along the psoas, nice stretch along the front of the hips. It tends to get really tight in pregnancy. Stay here as long as you want. Pause the video. And when you're ready, you can kind of recover, heel toe back, and let's do the other side. Heel toe, all the way down. Beautiful. Got one more stretch to do, and I want to remind you if you need some more stretches, by all means, do them. Pregnancy isn't a time to kind of do the hardest stretch you can. There is an added risk. There's lots of hormones acting on your joints, so we want to make sure that we're just kind of easing into things. Always got to say that. Good. Roll to your side. You're going to press yourself up. We're going to go into a pigeon stretch. Because we just worked glutes, you want to stretch out the glutes. So I want you to lay your right foot across the top of your mat. Your shin is diagonal on a 45 degree angle. And I want you to extend the leg behind you. This knee is wider than the hip. Now, I'm not totally that flexible this way. I know a lot of people go all the way down. Might be different for you, but I'm kind of comfortable right here. You can also come down to your knees, to your elbows if that works for you, or you can stay elevated just like me. We're here for about 30 seconds, and I really want you to breathe here. On every exhale, sink right into it. Yeah, and I feel that right in the middle of my butt, my piriformis, that muscle right at the top. Good. And when you're ready to switch, you can switch. Good. So shin is diagonal, 45 degree angle. And you might notice that one side feels different than the other, and that's totally fine. Beautiful. All right, you guys, from this position, you can kind of roll back and just sit on your butt. One last thing, I want you to interlock your hands behind your lower back, puff out your chest. Good. Round the spine, press the shoulders throughout the back to the back wall. And I always end all my workouts, whether it's prenatal, postpartum, with 3 deep breaths, finding that breath to body connection one last time. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Be proud of yourself for showing up today. Inhale. Exhale, I certainly am. And give yourselves a big round of applause, you guys. Really, really nice. That is your quick core and glute circuit. Again, safe and effective for all trimesters of pregnancy. Please feel free to check out anything else of my programming, my videos, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at Mighty Mom Jess on Instagram or mightymom.ca on the internet. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.